Yes, so welcome to my review of the CCA PLA13. So yeah, this is their very first planar from CCA and KZ, as they are basically the same company. So this is actually quite a ambitious release. And yet CLA PLA13, it's a 13.2mm driver. As far as I'm aware, it's their own. It's also quite power hungry, but I'll talk about that later on. And yet, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank a viewer for loaning me his unit for the review. So thank you very much. You know who you are. I appreciate it a lot. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yeah, let's just see how KZ's and CCA's first planar is. And yeah, let's get into it. So just a closer look. So like I said, it's a 13.2mm dual cavity R&D patent. As far as I can tell, I have not seen this size driver in anything. The one that you've seen probably a few times before this video are the S12, the Timeless, the new Sangsu models. They're all like 14 point something millimeters. So extraordinary sound density, texture, tuning and separation. The supremacy of treble extension, which is absolutely correct, which I'll mention later on. Specs. So these are notably harder to power than anything I've tried from the brand. So 16 ohm impedance, 100 decibel sensitivity, and that's the usual stuff. So bringing extraordinary audio experience beyond imagination for everyone is our goal of unremitting efforts, if they say so. So like these, I actually don't mind the styling. So it's just black. Does show a bit of like fingerprint grease, so bear in mind. CCA PLA13, you can see the driver there. It is circular, so it's a circular planar. As of this video, these are the cheapest planar, but I think any day now the Canara model is releasing now, which is I think $50. So that they are a hybrid, and this is not. So there's left. Everything's the usual kind of CCA KZ, and that's it. Everything else should be kind of normal. So small and large tips, and obviously this is just a kind of run-of-the-mill kind of silver cable. If you know KZ, you'll probably expect to know what this cable looks like. Yeah, so it's the normal one that they supply. You've seen this a bunch of times now over the last probably year. So yeah, obviously I've tried these, and I've already graphed them up this point. And also they do come with star lines, as you can see, the little ridges. If you focus this, yeah, so yeah, I'll see you in the future. Yeah, so welcome to my review part of the CCA PLA13s. Also, as an update, since they've released this model, KZ are releasing their own variant. There's two ones, one's silver and one's black. And the different tuning, one's meant to be like a higher res or hi-fi model, they call it. So hopefully I can try that, but it's not out yet as of when this video is made. They've just announced it, but as KZ are normally, when they announce something and the release is normally quite quick because they can control manufacturing. Yeah, so anyway, the PLA13, so build quality and is kind of normal really. All KZs seem to be built fine. I don't really have any issues with it. So yeah, and build quality, it's all good. So comfort, as you can see, it's like generic kind of shape. I have no issues with that. It seems to fit me fine. Obviously it's a little bit bigger. Also the driver is circular. You can hard to see if you come from the back. You can see there it's a circular planar. Yeah, so now power sensitivity. These are noticeably harder to power, so you'll need a decent audio adapter. I've got my topping and E30 L30 combo and my DX3 Pro Plus. They power this with excess. So, but as long as you use a higher quality audio adapter, you should be fine. Anything that's like 70 milliwatts in 32 ohms, you should be fine. So bear that in mind. So resolution. The resolution these as planar is good. Not the best I've heard. Out of all the planars, I'd probably say it's the worst for resolution. Is also the cheapest. So bear that in mind. This is also their first kind of attempt at planar. So I do give them some credit for that as a first ever version. It's not actually that bad, but obviously there's a few flaws which I'll talk about in a bit. Yeah, so micro details is good. It could be better, you know, but again, it's their first one. Is, you know, there's different versions. Like, you know, their new one that might be coming out might be better, who knows, but all the other planars I've tried before this are better for technical performance, also tuned better. Yeah, so let's just get on to the sound really, and because that's what you're here for. Also, they do have that kind of planar kind of sound, the tonality to it. It's hard to explain. DD's still the best, but anyway, so I'll overlay the graph now, and as you can see, lots and lots of bass, like a lot. These are far too much. Obviously, you can always EQ it back, so bear that in mind. But yeah, far too much, and it bleeds too much. Everything sounds really, really like thick. Obviously, planar bass is fast. It's not sloppy or anything like that. It's just too much of it. That's all I could say really. He just needs the bass pulling back. And allegedly on the newer models, like I've said before, they're meant to have less bass. So I'm curious of that. Yeah, that's it really. So mids are, it is essentially a V shape. Mids could have been better. It's too V'd really. It's a bit too recessed, but again, it's their first version. I appreciate the effort they've gone to do it, but then again, it could also, you know, be better. So that's what it is. Now, the treble there's too much of it. So the lower treble is too much, and the extension, as you can see, is crazy, up to like 15-20k. Now, obviously, the couplers are technically only accurate when you go up to 10, so anything over 10 is not classed as accurate, but you can still use it as kind of guidance. So lower treble is too much really, and see the 8 to 10k, that's real. Again, you can always, you really need to EQ the crap out of these, because it's far too aggressive in the bass and the treble, and then that would kind of solve the mids at the same time. But yeah, technical performance and like instrument separation is actually okay. Again, it could be better. I'd love to have seen this with a much smoother treble response as well. Hopefully that's fixed in the next one. Again, if you're quite adept with EQs or PEQs, you may have a lot of fun with this. I like to see anybody who does that. Please do message me in the comments if you have one of these and you do PEQ, because I'll be quite interested in your findings. But yeah, it is quite clear though. That's the thing with planar, is the separations actually. It can do a better job than DDs. DDs still sound better, but yeah. So I think that's pretty much it really. Not much to say really. They could have been better, but yeah. Conclusion: do I recommend these? No, probably not yet. Again, these are the cheapest ones. So above this, as of available is the Dioko, the 7Hz one. That's a better product, even when it came with the wrong dampeners. Well, if you buy one now, that's all fixed. But yeah, the Dioko is a leaner tuning. It's tuned very, very different to these. That's a better product. And all the other planars I've tried before, which again are more expensive, are a better product. The competition to this and their new ones when it comes out, it would be that Canara model, which is a planar. It's a square planar and a balanced armature. I have no idea what it sounds like, and I do hope to get that one as well. That's $50. I think this is high $60 range. I might be wrong, or $70. It's something, I think it's that kind of ballpark. But yeah, so like what now, that kind of tuning, it sounds okay if you do like electronic, which is what I typically do listen to. I do listen to a few genres, but electronic, so like a techno, this hits like hell with that crazy bass. But again, it can get fatiguing because it's got that peak, so they can get shouty, which is a bit of a shame. And yeah, like they could be better. So it's worth it, one, if you get these at a good price and you are very good at using EQ and you have a good source, then that's fine. I could probably semi-recommend these to you, but out of the box as they are, if you don't EQ at all, I don't really recommend them. But again, fair play for CCA and KZ for attempting to join the planar market. Hopefully that new upcoming version, the two variants are releasing, I hope they are better. I do hope to try them if I can. I can't guarantee, but I get my hands on them. But it is what it is. I don't want to go far too much because the video gets too long. But if I've missed anything, or if you want to know anything in particular before I send these back to the owner, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, take care. And I've got a quite nice balanced audio adapter to review soon with the AKM 4493 SEQ, I think, which is the new one since they got the factory burnt down. So yeah, see you in the next video.